All right, we're ready to start thinking about the hair. And today as I'm looking at my guy, I'm thinking he needs a stronger chin, so I'm going to attach an extra little piece of clay here to see if I can build up a chin. Now, a fun thing about our clay figures is, if you're not making yourself, like with this guy, I could give him a beard or mustache or mohawk. I can decide what my little clay figure is going to look like. There's lots of different details you could put on a person. Okay, there. Now I can kind of see a chin. I like that better. For the hair, the one thing we cannot do, so this is a no-no, you cannot just make a big flat pancake of clay and then stick it on the head like this. Even if I score that and score the head and put slip on there, there's a good chance you're gonna trap an air bubble, and then the whole thing, when it fires, will come off or crack. So if I want him to have short hair, I can either, there's a couple of things I can do. One would be to actually press in his head like this. If I find a flat tool like that, and I just want short hair, I could just press in his forehead a little bit so it looks like I added hair, but what I actually did is made his skin just a little smaller in the surface. So there, and then I could decide, okay, there's his part. So if it was short curly hair, I could even do something like this and just add texture all over, and it's going to create a look like hair. All right, it's hard to erase this after I push the head in like that. But your other choice would be to kind of just work on the edges for short hair. So if I have a coil of clay and I can, maybe I want him to have like longer bangs even, I could. But if I want to do that same hairstyle I was just doing, I could add coils of clay like this. And then I just need to make sure that the back side of the coil is attached really good, like this. And that will also have the appearance of adding hair on, especially if I start drawing texture onto that, it'll start looking like hair, even though all I did is add a coil. Now typically, with short hairstyles, the hair comes down halfway in front of the ears, so if I want it to look real, I would need to put those sideburns on. There we go, something like that. And then I'm going to be attaching the hair. If you're doing a clay head that has longer hair, you might not even see the ears. But what you're going to do, I'm rolling out a coil of clay over on the side here. Just, it's easier to use plain paper. If you use the cloth, it's going to dry your clay out. So I was, not paper, the table, the plain table. So I was rolling it over on the table. But I can have these long coils of hair like this. So now my guy is starting to have long hair, and I can attach each coil. So, and decide like how long might that be. So before I put the next one on, I would want to actually attach that whole thing. And so even if you decided that this is going to be a flat, instead of like here, it kind of looks like it would be like braids or sections of hair. If I wanted it to be all smooth, you're better off to attach this all one at a time as you go. There. Then I can make this a little bit smoother. I kind of like seeing that line because a lot of times you do see kind of like highlights in hair anyway. So I could just keep that going as well. So lots of different ways to make hair. If I'm doing just like a mohawk or something like that, and the great thing about clay is if you don't like something, you can just pull it off and smooth the surface again. If I want to do something a little different, like a mohawk, I would probably start with a coil of clay, and I'm rolling that out. I guess I could roll it here. Okay, rolling the clay. It's not a lot of room to work. And I might even, for a mohawk, kind of flatten that coil a little bit first, and then I could put that on his head like this and make sure it's attached. I'm gonna shape that head. It's getting a little square looking. Okay, so then I could even do something like that. It might be fun to have texture on that. I don't know. Just kind of depends what your person, what their emotion is as you're working. So if I want to add clothes, same kind of deal. You're going to be rolling. My mohawk is going to get flat if I have him look at the camera again, but that's fine. If I want to add some clothes, I would do the same kind of thing we did with the hair, where I'm adding coils. And so I could do like the edge of a shirt, or if it's, maybe you're doing someone that's wearing a suit, or here's a V-neck. So if it was a suit, got a guy in a suit with a mohawk, I could have my tie. I need to shape that a little bit better, I think. But there's a tie. This is getting flat enough that I probably need to rough the surface up to make, yeah, that came right off. So to really know that this is attached, I should be scoring this. I could add a little water or slip to it. I'm going around the edges. But the clay surface, whatever it looks like when you turn this in today, that's how it will stay. So you want this to be as nice and smooth as you can get it. Because then when you go to paint or glaze it, it'll be a lot nicer. So then if I wanted to build up the suit coat, I would need to slip and score this too, but I'm just kind of imagining what that might look like. If I put the lapel of the jacket on. So have fun. I am excited to see what your different characters are going to look like. And there we go. Just make sure you are smoothing and attaching everything so that it stays on. To write your name on your person, I would like you to make sure that you write this in kind of a rainbow. So you're going to get a sharp pencil, and in your very best slow, careful writing, write your full first name. I'm writing my last name since you call me Silas. Okay, but it needs to be readable. And then if there are any little crumbs, we're going to wipe those out of the way because those get sharp when it fires. So at least your full first name, no initials. If you want to write your class code, you could also do that. There we go. And I'm all set to put this in storage.